Welcome to the Corporate Dropout Podcast. I'm your host, Alacia Citro. If you're sick of the corporate hamster wheel and looking to feel inspired and empowered to live a high vibe life as your own boss, you're in the right place. Dare to drop out in 3, 2, 1. Before we start the show, I want to tell you about the business I'm launching. Starting a business can be hard work, but it doesn't need to be confusing too. And that is why I founded Thea Collective, a learning community for entrepreneurs. Learn from experts across law, finance, tax, operations, marketing, sales, and more, and get the blueprint on how to set up and run your own business. Text BIZ, that's B-I-Z, to 949-577-8709 or head to thea-collective.com to learn more. Hello, friends. Today, I am back with Haynes. Holly helps female entrepreneurs take back control of their time with proven productivity techniques, systems, and structure to create a business strategy that scales long-term. An industry expert, Holly is host of the Crush the Rush podcast and has been featured as an author on Thrive Global and Entrepreneur.com, to name a few. She has a 20-year business consulting background with Fortune 500 companies and runs her strategic coaching business in the Crush the Rush Planner Company, all while raising twin daughters with her husband and working for a nonprofit in Columbus, Ohio. So Holly, thank you so much for coming back on the show to deliver this tactical business tip. You're going to be telling us about using theme days to get more done. And I cannot wait to learn this. I feel like all of us need help with enhancing productivity. So I'll let you take it away.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me back. So I love to talk about theme days because so often I get asked, like, how do you fit in all the things? And I have so much on my plate, I don't know what to focus on. So I came up with this super simple method that you can apply during the week, which will help keep you focused and, more importantly, start to feel more confident because you're going to see results from building momentum of being consistent. So I call them theme days. I do them Monday through Friday. And I'll give you some examples of what this might look like. So Monday for me is what I call CEO Day. And CEOD means you can make it whatever you want, which is super powerful. Like, you are in control of your business and your life and your priorities. And so what that means for me personally is I try really hard not to have a lot of meetings. So even in my corporate job, I will try to push off meetings as much as I can on Mondays. I will also not schedule any business meetings. And if I can control it, I will make sure that my kids do not have any activities. And what this does is I feel like on Sunday, you get the Sunday scaries, at least I do, where you start to stress out about, like, oh my gosh, all this is happening next week. I don't know when I'm going to have time. And then on Sunday, like, we layer in cleaning the house and meal prepping and just like catching up, and it starts to become a lot. So knowing that I have Monday as CEO Day gives me time to plan things on Sunday, but I don't actually have to do it. So Monday would be CEO Day. Another example of a theme day would be on Tuesdays. I typically will write content. So I will set, an hour and a half. I will write 90 minutes of content, and then I don't have to visit it for the rest of the week. You can do business themes. You can do personal themes. Fridays, I do client days. So that's when I do all my client calls. But sometimes if I don't have client calls, I'll make the theme day like a personal day where maybe I go get my nails done, or I go to a yoga class, or just something that is really just like re-energizing and recharging me. I've seen people do finance days or marketing days. I have a client right now that Wednesdays are Pinterest days because she's learning Pinterest and really figuring out how she wants to use it. So she just knows, like, hey, Wednesday's Pinterest day. You could have a course building day. But it really just makes it super, super easy and simple. So when you do have time to work on whatever you need to work on, you don't have to think about what category it is that you're working on. You just know, like, hey, today's CEO Day, so I'm going to work on my finances, or today's client day and I've got 3 calls and that's what I'm going to worry about today.
I love this idea so much, especially for those listening that have multiple things going on, whether it's like multiple businesses or just like a big change in context. Potentially, like doing that context switching on a day-to-day basis can get so challenging. I have a follow-up actually too. What does like the inside of your day look like? Like if you have someone who's working full-time as an entrepreneur and juggling all these plates, like what would you suggest to them in breaking down that one particular theme day for like the maximum effect? Is it like the Pomodoro technique, or like what do you find works the best?
So I like the Pomodoro technique quite a bit. I time block my day and then I will insert breaks. The theme day for me personally is usually around business, and I usually will do it in my business hours. So like a typical day for me would be like 6 to 7:30 a.m. is when I'm working my business. If it's Tuesday and it's content day, I'm writing podcasts, most likely. That's what I'm doing. I'm not doing anything else. Then my 9 to 5 sort of fits in. If I have a lunch break, maybe I'll answer Instagram messages or something like that. And then sometimes usually around 5 or 5:30, I might have a client call, but it's very structured so that my business hours for that day align with the theme. And then my 9 to 5 sort of fits in regular business hours. And then sometimes I might have something in the evening, but I try really hard to be off my phone like after 6 p.m. Like that's like a pretty strict rule that I have, or I will just burn out.
Yeah, I think that's so smart, especially too if you're waking early like you had suggested doing to get more out of your day.
Yeah.
If you're on your phone until right before you go to bed, it's a lot harder to wind down thanks to that blue light. So there's a few benefits to doing that. Well, I love the tip. Thank you so much for coming back on. I hope everyone listens to the interview that we did that dropped yesterday. But if they haven't yet, tell them where they can connect with you, how they can work with you, and where they can find you.
Yeah. So you can go to hollymariehaynes.com. I actually have a productivity quiz on there that you can take, and it will give you a little bit about who you are and the best way for you to work. And then I'll give you tips on ways to sort of maximize your productivity based on your personality. And then I have a podcast called Crush the Rush, which you can come listen and let me know what you think.
Thank you so much for coming back. And I can't wait to go on your show next month, too. It's been a pleasure getting to know you. And yeah, I wish we lived closer.
I know. Thank you so much.
This episode was brought to you by Thea Collective, the learning community I founded for entrepreneurs. Text BIZ, that's BIZ, to 949-577-8709 or head to thea-collective.com. That's THEIA-collective.com to learn more. Thanks for listening to the show. If you enjoyed today's episode, please help me get the word out about the corporate dropout by screenshotting and sharing this on social. I would appreciate it so much if you would subscribe and leave a 5-star rating and review as well. And I do this show for you, and I want to hear from you. So tell me, what is it that you want more of? Text me at 949-541-0951 or slide into the DMs at Corporate Dropout Official or Alacia Citro with 2 underscores. Until next time.